Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Renew. In today's episode, I want to tell you why you, as a woman, should never have a crush. What is a crush? According to Google, it's a brief but intense infatuation with someone. Intense being the keyword. But you know what else crush means? To squeeze something forcefully until it breaks or is damaged. Coincidence? I think not. Now I know someone is going to say, Rohani, why are you being so pessimistic? Let people love. I agree. Let people, plural, love, not love people singularly. The reason why I say this is because it's one of those lessons that life has repeatedly tried to teach me and my best friends, and I have finally learned it. And listen, I already know some of you are going to fight me on this, but when I'm back in the dating scene, living my best life, you're going to come to me and be like, how did you do it? How are you having these experiences? And I'll tell you, because I stopped having crushes. And what makes me qualify to say this? My mistakes. We have normalized the concept of having a crush so much through like pop culture, movies, books, etc. Sometimes I find myself wanting to have a crush just to talk to the girls about it. Because let's be honest, talking about the boy is more fun than talking to the boy. And here's a thing. A lot of times, a crush is not even about them. It's a defense mechanism because we just want a distraction, a way to avoid real interaction, a way to be in your comfort zone by not having to put yourself out there, be uncomfortable, avoid being vulnerable. That's why so many of us develop crushes on people who are way out of our reach, like celebrities, because it's easy to fantasize about them from a distance. It's safer. But this whole idea of infatuation with another person is flawed to me because the only person you should be infatuated with is yourself. Here's what comes with having a crush: pedestalizing them, obsessing over them, losing rationality, prioritizing fantasy over reality, thinking their opinion matters more than your own, comparing yourself to other women and thinking, what do they like in women? What do they dislike in women? And wondering where you rank in this hierarchy. And I have to ask, who is someone else to hierarchy you? I now believe that the only way to have a healthy relationship experience is if a man is interested first, he pursues you and only you. He's then clear and vocal of his interest in you. And if it piques yours, you're open to getting to know him for a few months and then deciding if you want to comment or not. No crushes, no situationships, and no stages. This person, it was just a fun hobby to keep and to talk about. Honestly, I'd much rather we had real hobbies. Having a crush is basically free emotional labor for a man who did not even ask for it. It's like you're signing yourself for an unpaid internship in delusion and overanalyzing. And what do you get in return? Some attention, some mixed signals, and maybe validation from him that you didn't even need in the first place. The reason why it's so problematic is because it's so one sided. You're the one thinking about them, curating your outfits around their presence, over analyzing their every move, waiting for them to notice you. Meanwhile, what is he doing? Probably living his life blissfully, unaware, not losing a single hair or calorie thinking about you. I look, you respect that. It's like setting up like a whole event in your mind, decoration, playlist, seating arrangements, and the guest of honor doesn't even show up. Worse, he wasn't even invited. You just assume he'd come. And when you finally realize that reality does not match fantasy, what happens? You feel embarrassed. Like, what was I thinking? But that's the thing. You were not thinking. You were feeling. And feelings are great when they're reciprocated, not just projected onto someone who may or may not care. As women, it's one of the most disempowering thing you can do to yourself. It's like willingly handing over your emotional energy, mental space, and sometimes even self-worth to someone who hasn't even earned it. And that's dangerous. Let me elaborate on a few psychological and spiritual reasons why you should not have a crush. When you develop a crush, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that are responsible for bonding and addiction. It feels good, but it's also highly one sided. Your emotions get hijacked, making you idolize someone based on minimal information and effort. And suddenly they seem perfect, even though they're not, by the way. While all this is happening, they are simply existing. Also, a crush is not based on reality, it's based on projections. Often on people for qualities that we think we lack or are drawn to, and somehow liking them or getting their validation would complete us and fill the void, make us like one full of the half we feel. You feel? You fill in the gaps about this person with what you want them to be rather than who they actually are. And I know this all too well. I have done this so many times in different phases of my life when I was going through different things and being attracted to completely different men, yet all emotionally unavailable. One person I liked because I thought he was so full of love and he had so much life in him. And I developed this scenario in my head. I didn't realize what a shitty person he actually was. And in reality, he didn't even value the people in his life. So, how did I base my entire crush on something so delulu and false? It's because I made him up in my head. I never saw him for what he was. And it's so important, even when you are in a healthy relationship, to be with a partner and to see them for who they are. Otherwise, it's not even about them. It's about a fantasy in your head that you are liking. That's why crushes tend to fade the moment you get to know the person. We don't even like them for who they are, but the idealized version that we have created in our heads. Also, a crush is really triggering the scarcity mindset in love in your head, because when you fixate on one person, it's like they're the only source of romance and love in your life. You start thinking, what if he's the one? What if I don't find anyone else like him? That's scarcity thinking. While the truth is that there are plenty of fishes in the same billions, you only need one, at least for now. Can we talk about the fact that when you're crushing on someone, you're in a pursuit mode? You're chasing instead of attracting. You start subtly or not so subtly trying to get their attention, waiting for signs, analyzing their actions, looking for meaning in the meaningless. But real feminine energy is all about attraction and receiving. When a woman leans back and receives, she naturally attracts better partners. When she chases, she only attracts avoidant, inconsistent, and insecure men. And I'm sure you know that all too well based on your past experiences. At the core of a crush is the hope that they will like you back. Why do they want them to like you? Do you not like you? And if they do, validation unlocked. If they don't, emotional devastation. But why should their response determine your worth? The more you crush, the more you subconsciously believe that your value stems from being chosen rather than choosing yourself, which would have been so easy in the first place if you'd just given that to yourself. Think of how much mental space a crush occupies. The overanalyzing, the daydreaming, the constant checking of social media. That's time and energy that could have been put into your self growth, your career, your fitness, anything that you truly want to do in this life. Instead, it gets wasted on a man who might text you back at 11 p.m. with a half heart, what you doing? And that's not even the doing that he's interested in. Feminine energy thrives on abundance, ease, and self worth. Having a crush creates an imbalance because it shifts your energy towards them instead of towards yourself, which is where it should be as a woman. A woman standing in her true feminine power is never worried about one man. She trusts that love and connection will come without her forcing it or having to chase it. Also, spiritually, a crush will form an energetic and emotional cord between you and that person. Even if they don't know it, you're investing so much of your energy into them. And energy is a resource. Whatever you put your energy into, it will grow. The more you think about them, the stronger this invisible cord and attachment will become, making it harder to detach. Your higher self is not out here obsessing over a man's Instagram story. She's calm, confident, and focused on herself. The more you indulge in the low vibrational emotions of overthinking, longing, desperation, and insecurity, the further you drift away from your own powerful magnetic energy. When you have a crush, you're operating from a place of lack. It's like saying, I don't have love right now, but if he liked me back, I would feel whole. That's low frequency behavior and thinking. When you operate from abundance and self love, you become naturally magnetic and you will attract a high quality, loving relationship. Also, forcing your feelings on somebody else, especially when it's so one sided, it's you're blocking your actual blessings and what's meant for you. The universe has a way of aligning you when the time is right with the right person when you're in that flow. But if you're caught up chasing someone when it's not even aligned, when they don't see your worth, you're just delaying the right person from coming to you. Like, trust in the universe and that everything is working out in the best way that it should. So, what is the alternative? Instead of having a crush, observe. Let men pursue you and show the interest first, because trust me, if a guy is interested in you, you'll know. It's like the saying goes, if he likes you, you'll know it. If you're confused, he doesn't like you. Let them prove that they're worthy of your attention and your energy, which is so precious. Your energy should never be focused on trying to convince someone to like you. It should be on choosing yourself so genuinely that the only men who enter your space are the ones who genuinely value, pursue, and are grateful for your presence. And that starts with choosing yourself. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'd love to know what your plans for Valentine's Day are. What are you doing? How are you taking yourself out? Check out my other socials and follow this podcast on Instagram because I'm posting a lot of content there as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.